In a move that has sent shockwaves through the academic world, Harvard University is suing the Trump administration over a controversial directive that threatens to strip the university of its ability to enroll international students. This legal battle, which erupted on May 22, 2025, could have far reaching consequences for academic freedom, the future of foreign students in the United States, and the balance of power between universities and the federal government. The dispute began when Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem announced a sweeping measure to decertify Harvard's ability to accept foreign students. Under the order, the university would be barred from admitting new international students and forced to transfer those already enrolled. The administration justified the action by accusing Harvard of fostering anti-Semitism, allowing the incitement of violence on campus, and maintaining inappropriate ties to the Chinese Communist Party. Harvard, one of the oldest and most prestigious academic institutions in the world, responded within hours by filing an emergency lawsuit in federal court. In its legal brief, Harvard argued that the government's actions were politically motivated and represented a flagrant violation of constitutional rights, including the First Amendment's protection of academic freedom and the Fifth Amendment's guarantee of due process. The university emphasized that international students make up roughly 25% of its student body, and that the directive would cause irreparable harm to both the institution and the affected students. The case was assigned to U.S. District Judge Allison Burroughs, who issued a temporary restraining order against the Department of Homeland Security, blocking the directive from going into effect while the court reviews the case. Judge Burroughs acknowledged the potential for serious harm and scheduled further hearings for May 27th and May 29th to deliberate on the matter in full. This lawsuit is not occurring in isolation. It follows months of escalating tensions between Harvard and the Trump administration. In April, the administration froze $2.2 billion in federal research funding for the university, citing similar concerns about national security and ideological bias. It also renewed threats to revoke Harvard's tax-exempt status, a rare and aggressive move against a nonprofit academic institution. Critics argue these actions amount to a coordinated campaign of political retaliation aimed at one of the Trump administration's most vocal academic critics. The broader academic community has rallied behind Harvard. More than 150 colleges and universities across the United States have issued public statements in support of the lawsuit, condemning the government's actions as an unprecedented assault on higher education. They argue that targeting a university for its political views or its international partnerships sets a dangerous precedent and undermines the global standing of U.S. education. Outside observers note that the Trump administration's targeting of Harvard fits into a broader pattern of nationalist and populist rhetoric that seeks to reframe universities as elitist institutions disconnected from American values. The administration's focus on alleged Chinese influence also reflects broader geopolitical tensions and growing skepticism toward global academic collaboration. Supporters of the administration, however, argue that Harvard and other elite institutions should be held accountable for what they see as an ideological monopoly, insufficient scrutiny of foreign funding, and tolerance of campus unrest. They believe the government has a responsibility to intervene when national security or public order is at stake, even if that means challenging deeply entrenched academic norms. The outcome of this case could set major legal precedents. If the court rules in favor of Harvard, it would reaffirm protections for academic institutions against federal overreach and strengthen the constitutional basis for academic freedom. On the other hand, a ruling in favor of the Trump administration could give the federal government broader authority to regulate universities based on political or security concerns, a power that could reshape the landscape of higher education in the U.S. As the legal proceedings continue, thousands of students, many from countries across the world, remain in limbo. For them, Harvard is more than just a school. It's a pathway to opportunity, innovation, and global impact. The university's case is not just about policy, it's about values, freedom of thought, the right to education, and the independence of academic institutions from political influence. This developing story stands at the intersection of law, politics, and education, and its resolution will likely resonate far beyond the walls of Harvard Yard.